What's going on, beautiful people? It's your boy Warren Watches Wrestling, and today we will be talking about my top 10 favorite women wrestlers. Kind of a part two from yesterday. We broke down my 10 favorite male wrestlers. Today we would go into the women's side, talking about my top 10. As I said before, these are my personal favorites. These are not who the best are, who I think has the brightest future, nothing like that. These are just my personal 10 favorites. I have a couple honorable mentions on this list that are just not on this list because they're either injured or just not on TV at the current moment. So we'll be talking about them, going over our top 10. If you don't know NXT, I'm sorry. There are NXT girls on this list. I kind of found throughout my making of this list that there are not too many women that I would say I have favorites of. There's only a couple women that I really like connect with that I really enjoy seeing on TV week to week, which was kind of strange to me because I thought it would be easy to make a top 10, but the top 10 I had to include some NXT because some NXT women I just like a lot more than the girls on the main roster right now. So if you don't know NXT, sorry about that. I'll try to break it down for you. Let me know your opinions. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop a comment. Let me know how right or how wrong I am. If I'm forgetting anyone, please let me know. But without further ado, let's hop right into the honorable mentions. For stars, we're going to start off with Bianca Belair. Bianca Belair, you are very much missed right now. Congratulations on the pregnancy. Obviously, we love the fact that if you're trying to have a baby, that you are pregnant. So congratulations on that. With Montez Ford, lost to a finger injury at WrestleMania 41. Have not seen her back since. She is very much missed and needed for the women's division. Hoping for a speedy, healthy birth and recovery, and can't wait to see her back in the ring. She would have been in my top 10 if she was indeed healthy. Same with Rhea Ripley. Mommy's always on top. She would have been in my top probably three if she was healthy, but we haven't seen her for quite some time now. She didn't relinquish the title. She was forced to let it go. So there's an interim world champion or WWE champion instead of just crowning a new one, which I don't understand. I kind of hope when she comes back, she doesn't just beat like Chelsea Green in a squash match. I think that would have to make Rhea Ripley heel, which she can do, but Rhea Ripley would absolutely be in my top 10, or arguably top 5 if she was healthy. Same with Naomi. Naomi, I absolutely love the work she was doing and everything she was doing before she got injured, or not injured before she got pregnant. Once again, congratulations, Naomi, for getting pregnant. Don't get a triple threat match with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky. You're going to end up out with pregnancy. But shout out Big Jim and Naomi for Naomi getting pregnant. But once again, she is someone that is desperately missed right now. Her character work, her in-ring work was picking up at the best probably it's ever been right before she left. So cannot wait to see her return and see what she's got in store for the return. Starting with number 10, I had a hard time deciding who I wanted number 10 to be, honestly. There was a couple choices I had. I really didn't know who to pick for this last slot, which, like I said in the beginning of the video, really made me think about, damn, there's really not 10 women that I can solidify to be in my top 10. But top 10, the 10 spot was really up for grabs. I went with a kind of a wild card here. I went with Blake Monroe. I do think Blake Monroe can be a very interesting character if they let her. Spoiler, I have seen AEW. I've seen her work in AEW before. I don't watch it every week, but I have seen her feud with Toni Storm. So I know she can absolutely cook. Seen her matches. She can absolutely cook in the ring. She can play a great heel character. Her vignettes are usually been money since she's been in NXT. Her call-up has been very, very shaky. I think her debut did not hit the way it was supposed to. Her just hanging around the background right now, attacking people is not hitting home. Kind of worried about her, but if we push her, we decide to say, screw it, really push her, give her money in the bank, I'd be perfectly okay with it. Hopefully they do continue to push her. I know how great she can be, so that's kind of my potential for her as the reason she's coming in at number 10. At number 9, like I said, there's going to be some NXT on this list. I got Kalani Jordan. I think Kalani's great. I think she's one of the best in-ring workers of all the women. I mean, her work in NXT is great. Her matches are great. She's starting to come around with this heel character a little bit, getting more and more comfortable on the microphone. I thought her promo actually this year, where she went out and called out the women's division saying, women that just want to shake ass are getting world title chances, but someone that can actually wrestle in this ring won't get a title shot. She got a pretty damn good promo right there, and I was surprised because she wasn't great on the mic, but she definitely is getting more and more confident. Her in-ring work is already top notch. So I think she could be main roster with her in-ring work. Her character development promo needs to come around a little bit much. Also, she's talking about women only get shots because of how good looking they are. Kalani, let's be serious. Look in the mirror. But she's right up there with all the other gorgeous women in the WWE. But I think if her character work continues to develop, if she gets more and more comfortable on the microphone, she could absolutely be solidified in a lot of people's top 10 because her work is there. And then at number 8, we got another NXT star that I think should get called up any day now, is Tatum Paxley. Tatum is terrific. Her character work, I think she's main roster ready. I think she's been main roster ready. She's great in the ring. She knows how to play her character. She knows what her character is when she wants to cut a promo, whether that be serious or her creepy character or whatever it might be. She can absolutely do that as well. Her work in NXT has been terrific. I'm glad they gave her a world title run, even though it was short, but they did give her a little world title run. She just recently lost to Zarya not that long ago. Haven't really seen her on TV since. At least this week on NXT, she wasn't there, so maybe she will be getting the call up. SmackDown is definitely reloaded. We brought back, Stephanie and Becky on Raw. We brought back Kevin Owens, Randy Orton. So hopefully we'll have a call up or two as well, just completely rebrand kind of for the start of the new era, as we like to call it. But Tatum Paxley has everything, man. I think she's been main roster ready. She's been ready to get called up. And hopefully when she does get called up, whether it's going to be paired with Lyra, which they could have a fun tag team now that Lyra's here, or she could go off on her own. I think that they actually give her a chance, they give her the microphone, they give her the ball, let her have a promo or a match, she will absolutely knock it out of the park. So for Tatum, she's in 8 now, but I could see her moving up this rankings very quickly. Number 7, I got Io Sky. Now, I had a tough time with Io. Everyone from like this point on, I really do think is solidified. Io Sky arguably could have been my top 3. I'm just being honest with you. She could have been my top 3. There's a couple ones that you will definitely disagree with in my top 5. But Io Sky's absolutely terrific, man. She is, in my opinion, the best women's worker in all of wrestling right now. She's absolutely terrific. Every match that she's in is a 5-star classic. The only disconnect is obviously her promos. She doesn't speak the English language, so her promos are not the greatest thing in the world. But just how good she is in the ring and how over she is with the crowd and how excited she can be and how lovable she is, she still has to be this high on my list. So yeah, Io is still going to make the list with just how great she is in the ring. At number 6, we got Lyra. I know I just recently talked about Tatum. I think Lyra is one of the best in-ring workers as well. She's right. I would put her right behind Io. She's probably like the second best women's worker right now in-ring ability-wise. She's definitely starting to come around with her character work. She is a new heel character, which I'm excited to see what she will do with this heel character, because she's changed her look up. I think her presentation was actually great. I know it's still her song, just like kind of slowed down with a deeper tone to it. Her presentation was good. Her new entrance song is great. I think everything has been working for her. Her character work, like I said, as a babyface was definitely kind of stale, but now that they switched up, I am looking forward to that. We just have to continue to feature her. Last week on Raw, she wasn't featured. She was in a background like segment with Adam Pearce, like the background to the actual backstage segment. So she really didn't get no actual mic time, but I'm hoping that we keep her on TV, let her grow. Her promos are not the greatest thing in the world, but as she becomes more and more comfortable, I think she was beginning to become a little comfortable with Becky Lynch and a little back and forth as they had. She started to grow as a character there. And I think every match she has, when she goes in the ring, she's going to knock out of the park. I hate the fact that they penalized her for the SummerSlam match last year where she took the little wrist handcuffs off or whatever they were, the zip ties. She like put the zip ties back on even though they fell off, and now she got to get punished and thrown down the car because that's absolute BS to me. I think should be in the championship picture, whether it's the mid card or she could be pushed to the world title. I'd be absolutely okay with that if she went for a world championship feud as well. So I love Lyra's work. I think Lyra deserves to be this high on my list. Now we're cracking the top 5. At number 5, we got Stephanie Vaquer. Stephanie Vaquer is just absolutely terrific in the ring as well. Like I said, she's right up there with Lyra and Io. I probably would put her third. Yeah, I probably would put a third behind those two. I just think the other two are a little cleaner right now. Stephanie's moveset is terrific, though. Obviously, her look is terrific. Her entrance, I hate the fact they changed it, but she just returned last night to a massive ovation, which I was glad to see her get the pop because she does deserve that pop. She was super over ever since she came in. NXT, she was the biggest thing in NXT, came to the main roster, won a title really quickly. So clearly, the WWE sees a lot of potential and future in Stephanie Vaquer. She, like I said, man, she has it all. She's one of the best in ring. She has a very exciting moveset, and you see how much she actually cares. Like she's trying to learn English so she can kind of cut a promo in the English tongue because she's continuing to work on that, which you just love to see if someone take it that serious that they're going to learn a whole nother language. I can't even imagine. I've tried to learn another language. It's one of the hardest things you can possibly do, and the English language sucks and it's not easy to learn. So I do commend her for doing that, but she's absolutely terrific. She has to be in the top five, and we did not know how much we missed her until she was injured and she went out, and we had no women's division. So now we got her back, and she was deeply missed. Just like at number 4, same thing here. The man, Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch was doing some of the best work I honestly think of her career with her recent heel run that she had, where she was being this like whiny, nasally heel that was just calling people out with the, alliterations names, with Adam Pearce or whoever she was making fun of, like Wacky Lyra, whatever it was. She was making fun of everyone and kind of just going at people. And it was a fun type of heel run she was on. Her promos were great. We reminded how good she is on the microphone like last night, 2 nights ago on Monday Night Raw when she came back. Actually, I guess it would be 3 days ago by the time I post this. But when she came back and she cut the promo against Liv Morgan, she started taking deep shots right at Liv Morgan. Her first time back. It's like, okay, yeah, Becky, we absolutely missed you. When she went out, she was probably my favorite women's wrestler at the time she was going out because everything she did, like she said, she made that IC title arguably the most important women's championship out of everything. Like that was the one getting on PLEs because of Becky Lynch, because of feuds she was building up, because of feuds she was having. And on top of that, she is still good in the ring. She puts on great matches as well. I wouldn't put her in the same class as like the Lyras, Eos, and Stephanies of the world. But if you put her in the ring with one of those people, she can absolutely cook up a banger match. Mic wise, she's probably the best mic talker arguably in all the women's division. I think she's very, very comfortable on the microphone. I know some people don't like that she breathes in between her words, but she's very, very good. And like I said, same thing as Stephanie. You did not know how much we missed her until she returned. I didn't know who was going to come out. I thought we were going to push Soul for the world title, but hearing her music, I was like, oh shit, that's right. Becky Lynch is still a thing. Kind of forgot about her, but definitely am glad she's back, and she would have to get this high on my list because she was absolutely missed, and we love Becky Lynch around these parts. At number 3, we got everyone's favorite. Let's be honest here. Chelsea Green. We got the new WWE Women's Champion, Chelsea Green, in the top 3. I think everyone kind of loves Chelsea, just her approach to wrestling, being that I don't care if I lose. Someone has to get pinned. Someone has to lose every night. Going out there, making the most of whatever moment she's given, whether that be a 2-minute backstage segment or that be a 5-minute match or a squash match. She's going out there, she's selling for other people, she's doing as much as she can to put anyone over. She's always exciting whenever you see her on TV. She's easy to root for. The pop she got at SummerSlam was well deserved and absolutely amazing. I still can't believe they actually pulled the trigger and gave Chelsea the WWE Women's Championship. I'm so happy that they, let her win that match and have that moment. How's the run going to be? I don't know. Like I said, I really hope they don't just feed her to like Jade Cargill or something on like this episode of SmackDown coming up. I want her to hold it for at least a little bit, at least for enough time so we can have fun with it, have 1 or 2 good title defenses, even if that has to be with Tiffany interfering to keep her as champion. That would be perfectly fine. But Chelsea, like I said, I love a good comedy, but not over the top comedy, which she can be sometimes. But like the comedy that she does is like very simple, well played very greatly by her. She's still a good in-ring worker as well, but her character work is top notch. She's arguably the best character worker out of all the women. And I just love Chelsea Green. I think she's just terrific in every way. Like I said, she makes the most of every moment, and she does deserve that Women's World Championship around her waist. So shout out Chelsea Green. Now the top 2 that I have will definitely surprise you. At number 2, this one is going to come out of left field for a lot of people, but if you know her, you will understand why she's this high on the list. And once again, we are heading back down to NXT for Kendall Gray. Kendall Gray is the whole package. Has it all. She is so damn good and so new to this. Like, she has not been in the industry for long at all. She's already your NXT Women's Championship. She just beat Lola Vice, made her tap out in the underground match, and she has everything, man. She literally came out and said that she's not comfortable on the microphone and says she's very nervous cutting a promo. She's more comfortable just wrestling in ring. and went on to cut a good promo. Like, not a bad promo, like so better than most NXT women's roster can cut. So she went out there and cut a good promo saying, I'm not comfortable on this because she's so new to it. She hasn't done it that much. Her in ring work is arguably the best out of anyone, like technician wise. She's the best technical woman wrestler in the world, arguably. She's just absolutely fantastic. She's super over. Her look is there. She has the wrestling. She has the fans backing her already. She seems like a very, very likable person outside of just her character, just overall. I just think Kendall Gray is the absolute future. I know people say it's Soul, whoever else you want to say it is. It's Kendall Gray. Kendall Gray is the future of the WWE Women's Division. I love her work. I love the fact that she's just real and honest when she's talking on the microphone. Once again, doesn't sound like she's being a character. She just sounds like she's being Kendall Gray. And I'm excited to see what her future has for her. I think, honestly, once she loses the NXT title, whether it be she holds it for a year and loses that Stand and Deliver, or whenever she relinquishes the title, they might actually have her do the spot where she just relinquishes it. She doesn't actually lose it, because I see them building her up to, once this title's out of her hands, she's getting called up and probably getting pushed immediately because they see that in her, or at least they should see that in her. They have an absolute gem in Kendall Gray. And she's my second favorite women's wrestler right now. Like I said, any match she's in, I watch. Any segment she's in, I enjoy. And her and Ren work very well off of each other as well. Whenever that heel turn or breakup happens, that's going to break my heart. But she right now is number 2, and I think she rightfully deserves a number 2 spot. And last but not least, we have number 1. This might surprise you or catch a couple people off guard, but if you've seen any of my reactions, any of my content, you know how big of a fan I am on this girl and the whole group overall, and that would be Fatal Influence. Yes, mainly I'm talking about Jacy Jayne here. I think Jacy Jayne is a star, and I do see a very, very bright future for Fallon and Laney as well. I know it's just kind of cheating, me doing a 3-for-1 in my number 1 spot, but right now they are grouped together. If you made me pick one or top of one, I would talk about Jacy, but Fallon can definitely have a good run on the main roster if they let her. Very great in-ring worker, very comfortable on the microphone. She has experience. If they wanted to give her a mid-card title push, absolutely could deserve that. Laney Reed, for as new as she is to wrestling, she is absolutely terrific in the ring. Her promos are still getting there. She's getting more comfortable as she goes along, but she can absolutely go in the ring right now. So I think she has a terrifically bright future ahead of her. And Jacy Jayne, I think, has it all. I think Jacy Jayne has it all, man. I did not think that when she beat Stephanie Valkyria is one of those, what the fuck are we doing? Why Jacy Jayne? Really? And all she did was go on to have a terrific title run. Cut great promo after great promo after great promo, put on banger after banger after banger, continued to get better and better, went on to win the TNA title, had great programs over there. She just completely proved everyone wrong. Most beatable champion into one of the best champions that we've seen in NXT. To the first time they get called up as a group, have the most heat out of any NXT call up, arguably ever. As an NXT call up usually get cheered, these people got booed out of the stadium in a segment with Rhea Ripley. I don't think WWE knew what they had when they called them up, but they quickly found out, oh shit, we got stars on our hand. We got mega stars that could be the face of this company on our hands. The best heel faction for women, which you don't see many women factions in general. This one is the best women's faction that they have. And as a heel faction, they should be all dripped in gold soon enough. I think Jacy should be winning the U.S. title, or I would not be mad if she went after the World Championship, to be completely honest, but I don't think they're going to do that. But if they did pull the trigger, would be perfectly okay with it. I think she's a great candidate for Money in the Bank as well. But Jacy Jayne has just won me over. Like I said, when she won the NXT title, don't know why we did that. And then she showed me why we did that. Absolutely has been cooking every aspect of the game. As you can tell by now, I am big on NXT talent that I've been watching grow. That's why Oba was my number 1. Jacy's my number 1. Kendall's number 2. I like getting in on talent when they're on their way up, and then you just watch them grow. Like I said, I watched her whole title run. I was fully into NXT at that point in time. Watched the whole run, and all she did was prove me wrong and won me over every single week, every single match. And she's done the same thing on the main roster. Like I said, when there's a Fatal Influence match or a Jacy Jayne match, I want them to win. Every single time. If you put anyone else on this list up against Jacy Jayne, I'm going to be rooting for Jacy Jayne. If you put any 2 of those women in a tag team against Fatal Influence, I'm going to root for Fatal Influence. So they have to be in my number one spot. I know my top three is probably different than anyone else's at this point in time because I'm sure nobody has the same top three that I have. But hey, like I said, these are my favorites. I like to be different from time to time. I'm not even trying to be different. These are just honestly my top three. So I'm sure you guys agree with every single take that I had in that video, and you probably agree with all my 10 through 1 in order, I would assume. But if you do disagree with me, let me know down in the comments. Drop me a comment who I might have forgot about, who was not on this list that you think should be on the list, who I have too high, too low. Just let me know overall what your thoughts are. Drop a like, drop a subscribe button. Like I said, we're going to be posting daily content on this channel, trying to build this channel, trying to build a community so we can get to the point where we can have real discussions and other type of games and activities moving forward. Let me know. It's been Warren watching wrestling. Y'all stay beautiful, world.